guys? I'm CJ here with my brother Diego from Cinco Splash. Today we're going to be creating our own MMA top 10 fighters of all time. Now here's the thing. We both agreed and disagreed on some of the fighters on this list. We were going to do a top 20, but we shortened it out to 10 to make it more precise. But here's a trick. You, the fans, are going to vote and pick fighters to help us make the top 20. You can pick whatever fighters you think are the top 20. Now, we also have to make executive decisions, but you pick the fighter, we'll probably put it on here, unless it's someone like one of the preliminary fighters, I guess, if someone puts something like that. Well, he's going to be in the running. If he beats Dominic Cruz, let's just say that, he's going to be in the running for sure. So without further ado, the top 10 fighters right here. First, we're going to start off with some honorable mentions like Dan Henderson, Vitor Belfort, Leona Machida, Sakuraba.
All those guys, older fighters, not some newer age, maybe even Conor McGregor, since he did just come off that decision win. If he beats Eddie Alvarez, then he will be part of the
he'll definitely be considered top 20 already.
Because he has 2 belts if he beats Eddie Alvarez.
two belts at one time. That's what we're going to have. He'll probably be on the list. And if y'all want to say Conor McGregor, then we probably will put him on this list because we are Conor McGregor fans. So, yeah, we'll just put him on that list if y'all say. So, the top 10, Diego, if you want to start with number 10.
Number 10, Dominic Cruz.
Dominic Cruz, he's a great fighter. The only reason he lost to Faber is because he was inexperienced, and Faber was one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters in the featherweight division at the time. And now, since he beat probably the best featherweight in history, Demetrius Johnson, he beat him as a flyweight. That's my bad, flyweight. And he beat him. He's the only person ever to pretty much beat Demetrius Johnson.
Yes.
So, and that's why I think he's great. He pretty much beats everybody now, especially now.
We could have had Demetrius Johnson on this list, but he's still new.
It was either Demetrius or Dominic. Yeah, Demetrius or Dominic Cruz.
But since Cruz beat him, we had to put Cruz.
Yeah, but let's just say if he beats Cody Garbrandt, then he might even move up the list, maybe just a little, considering how good and explosive Cody Garbrandt is. And the number 9.
Number 9, Jose Aldo.
Jose Aldo, great fighter. The only I know some of y'all were like, oh my, how do you put Jose Aldo in front of Conor McGregor? Here's the thing. Jose Aldo has been in MMA for a very, very long time. I mean,
he went on like a 20-something win streak.
21 fight win streak. He's just the greatest. One of the reasons he got knocked out by McGregor is probably because he wanted to end the stress. He was just tired of it. He probably just got nervous into the moment and just ran at him, trying to finish the fight quick, either finish the fight quick or him be finished quick. But he's one of the best fighters of all time. I mean, you got to give the man props.
Hey, don't forget Conor McGregor's gonna fight Jose Aldo.
Yeah, he's gonna fight him again. We're looking forward to that fight. I know it will be a way better fight than that was. And he just beat fighters like Mark Hominick, Cub Swanson, Frankie Edgar, Chad Mendez. I mean, it's just a who's Ricardo Lamas. I mean, the Korean zombie Chan Sung Jung.
I really think that Jose Aldo will be able to beat Conor McGregor because if he kicks that leg a bunch of times, Conor will go down, he'll finish him, and regain his championship.
Yeah, okay. So, number 8.
John Jones.
John Jones, okay, I know what you guys are thinking. Cocaine head, steroid head, drug head, pretty much every head you can think of. But, here's the thing. John Jones is pretty much undefeated. I know that elbow, illegal elbow, I mean, trust me, he was going to kill him anyway.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest fighters. I know he doesn't have the best punching power, but he has some of the, he's elusive, he's very athletic, he's got high kicks, knees, elbows, pretty much everything.
He's a creative fighter.
He can pretty much beat everybody who's in the octagon with him, pretty much. So I'm
the reason I like John Jones is because he tries to go at you with the other fighter's fighting style. He tries to finish you like that or beat you like that.
Yes,
so.
You're a wrestler, he's going to beat you at wrestling. You're a Muay Thai fighter, he's going to beat you at Muay Thai. You're a boxer, he's going to beat you at boxer. That's just the way John Jones is. And that's why we love him, even though he needs to straighten up his life a little bit. I ain't going to lie.
He will beat Daniel Cormier, though.
This is what I think. I hope Anthony Johnson will beat Daniel Cormier so that Daniel Cormier will fight Anthony Johnson will beat Daniel Cormier so that Anthony Johnson will beat John Jones. I think that'll be one heck of a fight.
But if it goes past the first round...
And here's the thing. I don't know if John Jones can actually play the game Anthony Johnson does. Because in the first round, Anthony Johnson is probably one of the most dangerous fighters in the UFC.
And he saw it a few days ago.
He saw it. Knocked out Glover Teixeira in about 13 seconds. I mean, it was...
With a beautiful right uppercut.
I know. I mean, John Jones, be ready for him. All right. Number 7. I know some of you guys are probably going to be like, what?
But
Fedor Emelianenko. I mean, he's a great fighter. He's been in the league years and years. He recently got back and fought, who was it, Diego?
I really don't know. I forgot.
Fabio Maldonado was in Russia. I know some people think the fight was actually fixed because the referees and the judges were by the Russian MMA Association, which was Fedor was actually the president of, so he hired the judges, he hired the ref. He pretty much, people would say it was fixed. And they later declared Maldonado the victory. So, yeah, but he's just
it was a draw.
Draw. So, he's a great fighter. I mean, he's just one of the greatest of all time. I mean, you gotta give the man props. The greatest of all time, one of the greatest. So number 6,
GSP.
Georges St. Pierre, great fighter. If he won't kill you standing, he'll definitely kill you mauling.
A little boring.
He can be kind of technical, but he does get the job done. People say Hendricks beat him, but no way. I clearly think GSP beat Johnny Hendricks, and I think he's a great fighter.
He might come back though.
He might come back.
He's starting to come to these UFC events, so
yeah, but he pretty much beat Carlos Condit, Johnny Hendricks, Nick Diaz. I mean, he just beat great fighters, and he's just a great fighter. You got to give the man props. Hopefully, he makes a comeback. Maybe have some super fights. Maybe
Anderson Silva.
Maybe him with Anderson Silva. That might be a pretty good, interesting one for the old timers. And now number 5, we're going with Chuck Liddell, one of the pioneers of the thing. I know he had a granite chin to start off, but he's just been hit so many times towards the end of his career with his last three fights and 3 losses were ended by KO. He's had a great chin, but I mean, he's a great fighter. He's knocked out Randy Couture, even though he did get knocked out of Rampage. Sorry about that, but I mean, he's got old. He's a great fighter. He knocks out people. He's got great wrestling, great stand-up. He's a great fighter, one of the legends of UFC. Whenever people think of UFC, they think of Chuck Liddell, the mohawk, the blue pants with the icicles.
Iceman.
The Iceman.
All the way.
Great fighter right there. Okay, next.
We are going to go with BJ Penn because he is one of the only 2 men to win 2 belts at the same time. Or just have 2 belts total.
Great fighter. He's pretty much beat a lot of people that have become great fighters, even champions, but he's just great. Pioneer, one of the greatest, another person people think of when they think of UFC and how long it ran in UFC. One of the trademark UFC people. Okay, next.
We're going to have the other guy who won 2 belts, Randy Couture.
Randy Couture, great fighter, beat Chuck Liddell.
Yes.
He lost to Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar was like, what, 5 or 6 inches taller than him?
Yeah, he's just a giant.
Steroided up, I mean, he was older anyway. I mean, Randy Couture is a great fighter, one of the greatest fighters of all time. I mean, his wrestling game was beautiful.
The only reason he lost to Chuck Liddell is because he got punched in the face with a very hard punch.
If you get hit by Chuck Liddell, I don't know, there's not that many people who can actually stand up to Chuck Liddell.
Yes.
Matter of fact, that punch lands, you're going out. But the key to Chuck Liddell is you got to land first to get him. Okay, we might have some haters for this. Diego?
We had some discussion over this, and it was very hard to choose. But considering he's on so many in a row right now that we just can't put him as number 1, so we're gonna have number 2 Anderson Silva, maybe the greatest of all time. But
I thought he might have been the greatest of all time, but you can't go wrong with Royce Gracie, which we'll get to him in a second. But let's talk about Anderson Silva. Yeah. Let's just say, he wouldn't have played around with Wyman, he would have killed him.
Because
he was already getting to him.
Yes.
Wouldn't have played around with Bisping. First of all, Bisping shouldn't even be champ right now. I don't care what people say. He shouldn't have even been champ.
He shouldn't even be in the UFC because he cheated on the Ultimate Fighter. He got booed somebody like.
I mean, but Anderson Silva, he beat who's Vitor Belfort, Forrest Griffin, Rich Franklin. He beat great fighters. Another thing is, the super fight I want to see, I know this probably will never happen, Anderson Silva versus Vilma Machida, that would be a great fight.
One of the most technical fights of all time.
But that'd be a great fight. Anderson Silva is so elusive, he can knock you out with 1 punch, or he can stay back and pick you apart from the outside. And he's got a great jiu-jitsu game. Chael Sonnen beat him twice, beat him the first time, 5 rounds, submitted him in the 5th. He had shown more heart than Chael Sonnen. Beat him the second time, TKO. show more heart. So, next,
the number one. The reason we go with him, he started the whole thing off. He brought jiu-jitsu to the whole UFC, and this is what we got for Royce Gracie as number one.
Royce Gracie number one beat UFC 1 was a champ. You gotta give it to the man.
And then he won like two more after that.
You gotta give it to the man who started it, and recently coming off that victory from Ken Shamrock.
He got hit. I mean, it was gonna be even a victory because Ken got hit in the balls and then he just dropped, and then they gave it to Royce.
Yeah, but Royce is a great fighter. He's beat tons of people. He was pretty much the godfather of UFC. He brought jiu-jitsu. Wasn't for him, there wouldn't be as much jiu-jitsu. Pretty much be just a bunch of brawlers who could come up, maybe even come off the streets and fight. But thanks to him, we got more discipline, we got more technique, we got more better fights, especially on the ground.
Yeah.
So he's a pioneer, and
one of the greatest fights of all time. His most highlight moment is when he fought Dan Severn. Dan Severn had a tough fight. It was gonna be a tough fight for Royce, but Royce came out on top. He got like a triangle, like an arm triangle or something, and then pulled it off in like the 17th minute. That's a long time. That's a very long time for a fight without no stoppages. So
I mean, Royce Gracie number one. If you want us to repeat the list, we are going to repeat the list one more time. Number 10, Dominic Cruz. Number 9, Jose Aldo. Number 8, John Jones. Number 7, Fedor Emelianenko. Number 6, Georges St. Pierre, or GSP, most of y'all know. Number 5, Chuck Liddell. Number 4, BJ Penn. Number 3, Randy Couture. Number 2, Royce Gracie. Number 2, Anderson Silva. And number 1, Royce Gracie.
We're still thinking about this. We might do a top 5. We might do a top 10 women fighters of all time, which you all know. Ronda's gonna be at the top.
Another thing we forgot. Sorry we didn't put any women fighters. I know someone will be like, oh, you guys are sexist or whatever. Blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, none of them have really reached this legend status that these 10 fighters right here have. I mean, because each of them has lost their share of fights.
But we still might do it just anyway.
Maybe top 10 women fighters. Yeah, that's probably what we will do next, maybe.
But
don't forget about the top 20. You guys, the fans, put down your fighters that you want to see in the top 20, and we will put them on here. That's what we will do. You'll put somebody on here, we will put them on here. And we just give a shout out to the cameraman, Phantom, our brother Mateo, Phantom Hunter 205. Please subscribe to him, guys. Pretty much our brother channel.
I mean, he's not coming on the video right now. Come on.
Hey guys.
So yeah, it's Phantom Hunter 205 right there. So just subscribe to him. He's our brother. We gotta promote him. He's gonna promote us in our videos. So don't forget about the top 20 thing. Comment your fighters down below. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. Please comment, subscribe, and just be with us, guys. We will be making more videos coming soon.
Peace.
Peace.